What's going on, guys? Welcome to Tamworth Topdecks. Today we are playing some Gwent. So yeah, starting to play some Gwent on the channel, as I mentioned in the update video the other day. The first few videos are going to be us looking through the starter decks. Obviously, the game has recently come out of into public beta, so there's a lot of new players around. So now's the perfect time to really look into these and sort of explain what they do, what's going on. For like new players, if you already know how to play and you're off doing your own thing, then fair enough, this probably isn't the right video for you. But I'm just going to go through the starter decks one at a time, get them out of the way while just to sort of explain the base mechanics, and then it gives me time to expand my collection to start building some proper decks. So today we are going to start with Monsters. Monsters is probably, so far, my favourite faction. I'm quite enjoying the playstyle. So this is the starter deck. We can go through it real quick. So we've got 2 Wild Hunt Warriors, which damage an enemy by 3. If it kills that unit, it boosts itself by 2. The Hunting Hounds, we have 2 of those, which summons the Biting Frost, which is this thing, which gives us Frost on a row. There's some weather interactions that I'll get into. We've got 2 Chorts, they're 2 pretty basic units. An Arc Griffin can counter other weathery decks. Doo-doo just copies the base power of an enemy unit. Nithrol, which is probably one of the best units in this deck for this kind of strategy. So the whole point of this strategy is that you throw ice onto rows and then like grind down the opponent over time, and then if you're having Frost on the board, it gives you some boosts here or there. What Nithrol does is it increases the damage that Biting Frost does to 2. So if Frost is applied to a row at the start of the controller's turn, all units on that row that aren't gold will take 1 damage as standard, but Nithrol bumps it up to 2, so it can grind them down pretty quickly. So you've got Cleaver, which locks a unit, which well, it can either lock or unlock because it toggles. That basically means like it stops their abilities and stuff. And then you got Triss, which similar to Doo-doo and Cleaver are in like all of the starter decks because they're like good generic kind of things. Same as Geralt. He's in every deck as well. And then the this deck's specific gold is Imlerith, which when he comes out deals 4 to an enemy, but if it's on a row with Frost applied, it does 8 instead. So it's good. It pushes some good damage if you need it. And then you got the 2 Navigators, which can spawn extra copies of these guys, and then the Ice Giant, whose power will increase by 5 while there's Frost on the board. And if the Frost gets removed, it then damages itself by 5 again. So it's a 5 base, it's 10 if there's ice on the board. It's pretty good. And then your basic specials, you got Alzor's Thunder, which just hits a unit for 7. Biting Frost obviously is what applies Frost. You got First Light, which can either remove weather or spawn a bronze unit from your deck, depending on what you need. Decoy lets you bounce an ally, strengthen it, then replay it. So it combos well with the Hounds and the Warriors if you need them, and sometimes Cleaver as well. You can't do it to golds though. A lot of things don't apply to golds, but I'll get to that at some point. You got Commander's Horn, so you boost 5 units, 5 adjacent units by 4. So basically, you'll target a unit on a row, and then the 2 units either side of it will also get buffed. Scorch, it just kills the highest unit. Be aware that this does hit your board as well, but it can get you out of tight spots. And Roll Decree, which will search you one of your gold cards and immediately play it. So yeah, this is the basic starter deck. I've kind of briefly explained what the cards do and what the tactic is. So we are going to go into a game. We're going to play 1 or 2 games, depending on how quick they go. I don't want these videos to be super long, especially with us only talking about the starter decks. But yeah, we'll get into it. We'll knock it out of the way, nice and quick. I am working on a more refined version of this, with it being just like a standard Wild Hunt deck. So once that's finished, I'll get to Okay, so we're against Skellige.
You shall die, worm.
With a Cash and Crate, I think the guy's name is. Right, so this is a decent hand. So we have the Hound, so we can mulligan away the Biting Frost. The second Hound's decent. I can hold that. Don't think we need the Navigator yet. Is there anything really good to decoy? Probably not, but I guess we'll get rid of that. And it looks like we got first light, yeah. Okay, so they're going first. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of talk through what I'm thinking, you know, talk through my players and all that. As I say, it's just a basic deck, so it's nothing spectacular. But this as a base deck is really good anyway, because you just, if you want to make like a weather control wild hunt deck, you just need like one more Hound, one more Warrior, one more Navigator if you feel like it, and then like 3 Riders and stuff. Okay, so this looks like it's just a basic one, so I'm going to lead off with this, because I'm going to drop the Frost next turn, so this will go up to 10. What I didn't talk about was Eredin, who's the leader. So he comes down to the board, he's a 5-drop gold unit, and he spawns a bronze wild hunt unit. So it will spawn a Hound, a Warrior, a Rider, or a Navigator. So now I'm going to drop this and apply it to the front row, because from what I can gather, a lot of the good Skellige units will come in on the front row. So he's passed, so obviously he doesn't want to give up too much, so I'm happy to pass here as well, so I'll take the first round. The thing I've learned about this kind of like style of deck is if you can win round 1, you are at instant advantage, because you can go hard game 2. Same as if you're quite far behind game 1, don't be afraid to like pass early and give up the round, because then you can recur advantage back. What do we want to get rid of? The Navigator's not good, so we'll get rid of that. Okay, so we got Imlerith. So Decree is always getting Geralt, which isn't bad because it's 10 power, so this is a 10 strength swing. So we'll lead off again the same play as last time.
I can help you if you wish.
Okay, so this guy is going to let him draw 2, then discard 2. There's a lot of cards in Skellige that go well with the discard mechanic, such as Queen's Guards and the 6 strength unit that was out earlier. So when it hits graveyard, it boosts itself by 3. And Skellige do a lot of like resurrecty stuff. So I'm going to apply the Frost again to the front row to try and keep his stuff off it. The problem with this deck is it only has 2 Biting Frost in the deck, so I can't actually spawn it with another Hound, so this is my last like Frost that is available to me. So I think the melee row is probably the best place to put it. Right, what have we got now? I guess I can Thunder that away. Gets the most value out of it, clears the dude, as well as dealing the full 7. So the Crash and Crate, what this guy does is it brings out the highest unit in the guy's deck, boosts it by 3, then damages it by 1. So its base strength becomes 3 higher, but then it takes 1 damage, which isn't a bad thing because there's some other interactions with cards in Skellige that like when stuff is damaged, other stuff gets boosted. Okay, so that's a bit bad. I think at this point I'm going to rally, because I can't see him having any weather effects himself. So this is going to bring out the Warrior, which isn't going to do a lot now, but because I have Decoy, I can bounce this back. Oh. Okay. Probably should have tried to play around Scorch, but oh well. It happens. It's not like he's in a majorly advantageous position. I mean, okay, so this is coming down. It's only a 7, so that's a 9. This is fine. I'm going to drop
I
Triss.
will not let this
Ping
become
it
a
for 5.
Sodom.
Because obviously Imlerith can drop and it's an instant 12 swing. Because it can kill this. And his own power is 8. So that, as of right now, will put me at 23 and him at 10. Obviously, Decree can drag out Geralt for another 10 swing. What's this doing? Okay, so that's now base 13. I don't know if I'm going to be able to win this round. I'm debating if it's worth me just passing. Because I'm 12 points behind, and it's going to take at least these two. Yeah, I'm going to pass. I'll let him have this round, and we'll take it to round 3. I'm still like learning the ins and outs of the game. I'm not like saying I'm a pro player, 'cause I'm not. But I'm enjoying it. Like, this game's pretty sick. Okay, so it's currently 1 for 1. And I believe my opponent goes first. See, Navigator's bad again because it doesn't hit anything or anything. Actually, I can keep it and spawn another warrior. Yeah, I will hold it because I can bring down Eredin and spawn a warrior to ping something, and then this can bring out the remaining warrior in deck to ping something else, hopefully killing it.
Bow before modern
then-
Freya.
If I really want to, I can decoy again.
Nothing like some overseas
Okay, that's a
plundering in
problem.
springtime.
That's a problem. I guess we'll drop
Dead Essa Krisa.
spawn this guy.
Resistance is futile.
Ping this off. Get a boost. This is a problem. I probably should have tried to redraw for
I'll do what I
Scorch.
can.
Okay. At this point, I think I'm going to decoy this so that I can heal it. Replay it. I'm not going to be able to obviously get the boost, but I can ping that down. This is going to be the problem because of how big it is. But yeah, this is like the basic Skellige strategy. It's like filling up the graveyard and putting it all back. Okay, so Grot. I guess we'll do this. So we're 7 behind. I currently have 18 available, 28 available with these 3 cards. So it might not. It's going to be close. It depends entirely on what he's got. If he's got more of the
Modern Freya
I
is
was going to say, if he's
patient,
got more of this,
but
they
she
can revive
brooks
stuff,
no
it's
insult.
gonna be a problem.
Crack and
Now
eat
it's
me
pushing
goodies.
more
Looky
damage.
here. I'm a dwarf for business.
Yes, we'll drop this. I mean, locking anything on this board doesn't really matter. It's more I'm playing it because I need to get points on the board, but I'm not entirely sure if we're going to swing this back. Because as I say, this is 12, so I'll drop him to 30. No, it won't. It will drop him to...
Since you insist.
Shit. Okay, I don't think we are going to get it. Well, I'm 9 behind. Ah,
Crack and eat me goodies.
yeah, this
Looky
game's
here.
hits because I can't swing it in my favour, so... We'll bring out Geralt anyway, we'll play the game out. It was a close game. It was a close game. Yeah, obviously these starter decks aren't optimal. But yeah, it's more. I mean, like the idea of this deck is that like you want to get Frost on the board and you want to control it. Obviously, if you're looking to like take this starter deck and like make it better, then you want like 3 ofs, like all the Wild Hunt units, and you want like to max out on Biting Frosts and stuff, just so you have better stuff in the late game, and like going into round 2 and 3. But yeah, that's like I'm gonna leave it at that. Pretty much, it's just a brief look into what the deck has to offer. Obviously, the idea of these is to help you learn the game and stuff, and learn the playstyles of the different factions. But yeah, so if you're looking to like use this deck, and if you want to look to improve it, you want 3 of this, 3 of this, maybe 3 of this if you really want. Keep this. You want in terms of like other golds, you want like Caranthir and stuff like that. And then you want to max out on this. And there's a silver frost spell as well. It's like just basic improvements and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's about there. We're gonna leave it at that. If you've enjoyed this little look into the monsters starting deck for Gwent, then please do hit that like button. I will be bringing Gwent videos every Wednesday, as a heads up. That is the plan. I'm going to be smashing out all of the starter decks, so you're going to get 2 this week, 2 next week, 1 the week after to finish the starter decks. And then, hopefully by then I'll have a built-up collection to start showing some like proper constructed decks. But we'll have to see where it ends up at that point. So once again, if you have enjoyed, please like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys.